The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office tells us the chase started when a deputy attempted to stop a vehicle for a traffic violation. They say McAlpine refused to stop. We did see a woman come from the trailer where the crime scene was set up earlier. She walked past all the news media out here, her legs covered in dried blood, and she asked us not to film her. Muriel, that's exactly what this tournament is all about. These games are maddening, and that's what I witnessed today as fans came together cheering for their team playing thousands of miles away. Este dispositivo se puede utilizar para comunicarse efectivamente con estudiantes de inglés como segunda lengua.
This device can be used to communicate effectively with English as a second language learner.
Brenda, this is an ongoing problem for Jefferson County. Most counties see automobile deaths as their leading cause of juvenile death in Alabama. For years in Jefferson County, it's been gun deaths. Guys, I spoke to both coaches before the game. Like y'all were saying earlier, it's about this being just another game. Leading up to this, nothing has been different in practice, in mentality heading into this game. Now, they both did emphasize the importance of being perfect on both sides of the ball, but also special teams. And that's all I got right now, sending it back up to you guys in the booth. Memorial Day is difficult for many veterans, taking on the burden of the memories of those who fell before them. But that was the mission those at the Alabama National Cemetery for Monday's ceremony was called to do.
A white Chrysler just ran my vehicle. First Avenue North, 61st Street.
The car chase began at 1st Avenue North and 56th Street North. The suspect, now identified as DeMarcos Javante McAlpine, collided with a SUV at Georgia Road and 52nd Street North before ending at Messer Airport Highway. The sheriff's office says McAlpine, speeding to get away from a Jefferson County Sheriff's deputy, hit deputy and civilian vehicles. This is what the Georgia Road collision looked like. McAlpine reportedly crashed into this SUV, overturning it. The driver of the SUV was not hurt. Then McAlpine crashed his car less than a quarter mile away at Messer Airport Highway. Officials say he got out of his car with a gun.
All units, can we grab a double? I'll go ahead and head towards 48th Street North underneath the bridge. They got a subject down.
The suspect exited his vehicle and shots were fired. The suspect was taken into custody and transported to UAB Hospital for treatment of his wounds.
Aaliyah has taken control of the investigation since a Jefferson County Sheriff's deputy was involved in the shooting.
It's very scary to have someone kind of on your property. It feels, we feel violated, to be honest.
Monday morning, Ariel Runyon's husband found opened mail on his truck. After realizing no one in their family placed it there, they checked the security cameras. The footage showed an unknown woman arriving at their house late Sunday night and lurking around the property for about an hour.
A car pulled up in front of my house, just right here. A woman got out, got my mail, and then got back in her car before she drove down to the end of the driveway right there. Parked there for like 4 minutes maybe, and then she put it in reverse and she backed all the way down the driveway up to where our cars are parked.
She sat in her car in the Runyon's driveway for about 30 minutes before getting out. It wasn't just the mail she was interested in. She then ventured into the Runyon's backyard.
Took the deadbolt off, went up there to my back porch. She peered into my house through the back window on the back porch for a little less than a minute, and then she went to the side of my house, squatted and relieved herself.
Then made 2 more trips to the mailbox, taking the mail back down the driveway.
Went, got some mail, opened it, stood underneath that light, read it, got out her phone, took pictures. She walked right over here. She set a piece of mail in the truck. She still had some in her car too, but she set that piece. She got in her car and she sped off. We don't know what kind of personal information she has, financial, whatever. So we definitely want answers on what she has. I mean, we'd love to know why. I don't know if we'll ever know why.
So this tree came all the way through the roof, came through this level, came all the way down here, pierced through the floor, and goes all the way down into the basement.
Craig and Maggie Lawrence were caught off guard by a large tree impaling their roof in multiple spots. Craig says it happened in an instant.
I just literally dove under this coffee table. But I was sitting right here when this window blew open.
Their first thought was to check on their sleeping children. 5-year-old Briggs and 7-year-old Banks share a bedroom and were quiet after the storm struck, leading the parents to panic.
That was barricaded, and so we couldn't get to them. The furniture fell, and there's the tree coming all the way through.
That's when Craig realized he had to do something.
At that point, decided to start kicking the door as hard as I could. I kicked it several times. Ultimately, it opened up.
Across the hall was their 3-year-old child.
But Sims was asleep in his bed, and he was screaming, and so I came in here and I could see all of this. I couldn't tell if he was really hurt, but I knew he was alive.
A massive branch stabbed through the roof and ceiling, stopping just feet from where Sims was sleeping.
The fact that we were able to get in there and he didn't have a scrape on his body really, defies any sort of explanation.
Craig says Sims' bed was covered in large shards of glass, and the fact that he was unscathed is a miracle. The people of Homewood have been overwhelmingly helpful and present for them at this time. But Maggie still hurts as a mother, losing her home during the holiday season, having difficult conversations no parent wants to have.
I also told them that Christmas will look a little bit different this year. They asked how Santa Claus is going to find our house. Our chimney's destroyed. I told them that Santa Claus is magical and he will find them.
More than an hour before UAB's first round matchup against San Diego State tipped off, fans lined up eager to get inside with high hopes for the Blazers.
We're going to win today and go Blazers.
Hundreds showed up to the watch party, the first ever that UAB has held at Bartow Arena.
We got here early so we can get t-shirts and pom-poms. I'm excited to watch them play in the March Madness tournament. First time in a while.
It was a roller coaster of emotions for everyone in the stands, sounding like an actual basketball crowd, chanting and clapping ringing out as the Blazers mounted a late game comeback, only to fall short in the last minute. It's not the result they wanted, but fans know what this team accomplished this season.
And the fact that they won the championship, I think, is enough. While I would have liked to see them, move further in March Madness, I think still what they've accomplished this school year has been amazing.
They believe in the Blazers and look forward to next year.
I'm hoping they can win the championship next year and make it further. I believe they can do anything.
Right up! Many of us went into combat, but a lot of us lost our lives. So.
Memorial Day is difficult for many veterans, taking on the burden of the memories of those who fell before them. But that was the mission those at the Alabama National Cemetery for Monday's ceremony was called to do.
Find the stories about our uniformed loved ones, draw that story out, listen carefully, record if you can, remember them thoroughly. Share them with others at every opportunity and listen as they share their stories, because every one of those stories is a big deal.
For those who served in the armed service like Shannon Layton, there's an enormous weight behind the holiday.
A lot of people think Memorial Day is about having an extra day off work, and it is, but that extra day that we get off work is because somebody gave their last ounce protecting our freedoms.
But the many volunteers, friends, or even strangers with no ties to the armed services showing up to offer support makes that burden easier to carry.
It just gives me faith in America, and the fact knowing that they actually understand what we did for them.
In Shelby County, Austin Pratt, ABC 3340 News.
And I'm gonna grab Charlie Johnston here. Charlie, you're our Whataburger player of the game. A huge win here today. Tell me a little bit about what's going through your mind right now as you're here with your team and your boys.
Yeah, I'm proud of our team and how we all played and how we executed. Proud of how we executed our assignments and how the team, all three phases went really well. And obviously, that second half was not our standard, but we're going to make corrections and we're going to learn from it, and we're moving on to next week. So just proud of our team, and all glory to God.
And how good does it feel to be in this moment right here, right now, with a win over Leeds, one of the few in school history? How good does it feel to be a part of that history?
It's a great feeling. It really is. And I mean, I wouldn't want to rather do it with any other group of guys here. This is a brotherhood, and I have so much fun with them. And this was a great game. I'll remember it for a while. So,
what's next for Moody?
Just got to keep moving. Got to keep rolling. Next week, want to know every week.
Thank you very much, Charlie. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Congratulations to Charlie Johnston.
Taking down Denison in the Super Regionals punched Birmingham Southern's ticket to the College World Series. But it hasn't been easy for the Panthers. In March, the Board of Trustees voted unanimously to close the college.
They have had so much adversity, and you hear it all the time, like play today like it's your last day. Well, this is our last day.
The idea of a team chasing a ring for a school that doesn't exist has earned BSC the national spotlight.
It feels good to be America's team. It feels good to know that we have a lot of support behind us, and America's rooting for us. It's a pretty good feeling.
The attention isn't adding any pressure, and neither will the schools closing on May 31st, the same day the Panthers take the field in the College World Series.
It's kind of like we're playing free baseball. Nothing was guaranteed to us, and it's just kind of we've been out here and we've been playing for each other.
They say this isn't a Cinderella run. BSC belongs in the World Series, and the players have a mantra in the locker room and dugout, fueling their championship dreams.
Not done yet. We're still playing baseball. I mean, we came here to go to the World Series. That's what every single one who came to put on a Birmingham Southern jersey. That was our goal. Go to the World Series, and we're not done playing baseball yet.